Game show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City, they have been a team on a mission this season. Best record in the NBA. We're getting deep into the schedule now, and they continue playing dominant basketball. We will be watching Russell Westbrook in this one, and we hear from so many players and coaches who all say Westbrook has the mindset of the greats. What does that mean to you, Shaq?
You know, he plays with the swagger and the confidence. You know, a lot of guys in the league do not possess that. And he's a complete alpha player on the court. He's a big guy, a dominant big guy in a little man's body.
No, he's a dominant little guy with a big heart. So I say it. I don't like to be a big man. I tell you what he does. His athleticism is unparalleled by anybody in the league. So what happens is you always have to put your bigger guard on him, and that changes the mismatches all over the court.
Let us get it down to Kevin Harlan as tip-off approaches.
I'll stop rephrasing my phrase.
The crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. This game marks the end of a road trip for Oklahoma City. They're looking to snag one here before heading back home. They've really been on a roll. They've gone 5-1 in their last 6 games.
And this should be fun, guys. They see this team a lot, 4 times during the regular season. And so far, they split the first 2. So they seem pretty evenly matched. A chance to build some confidence with the win tonight.
Yeah, I think they're really highly motivated in this one. I mean, it becomes a pretty good chess match at this point. As you mentioned, both teams evenly matched. When you've seen each other a few times, you know each other's tendencies, and the coaches really can factor in games and situations like this.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2, Durant the 3, and Ibaka the 4, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And it's Westbrook again missing. Here's Minnesota. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
And guys, one of the most beautiful things to watch in the NBA, when Kevin Martin gets hot with the jumper. I mean, there are guys with range, and there are guys who dial it up from a different area code. But Kevin Martin, he sends it home literally from another planet.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Durant. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against New York.
Boy, was he physical, in that game. Just drawing a lot of contact and getting himself to the line over and over.
Towns at the elbow. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game, because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking. I mean, you hate to lose in OT. No matter how hard you played, you want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Offensive rebound, Westbrook. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And guys, you talk about players who have that killer instinct. Russell Westbrook is right at the top of that list.
Free throw good, Westbrook. And you think, Greg, about Westbrook's killer instincts. You were alluding to that. It's very apparent at times. Players praise, and Clark, I think, fear him for just that characteristic alone.
Well, how about this, Kevin? Kobe Bryant said Westbrook has the same love for competition that he has. Whenever other guards are pulled, Westbrook is their worst matchup.
When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch. Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
He kicks it to Ibaka. Waiters with the ball. 23 points for him the last game against New York.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Now here's Garnett after Dion Waiters' miss. That's a 2 from Martin. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson I always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor.
Here's Rubio following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. There's the pick. Rubio dishes to Martin. Shot from 12. Towns, no luck.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
Minnesota leading by 4. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Trying to find Martin. He's got it now. On the wing, Wiggins. Feeds to Rubio. Just 5 on the clock. The shot is off. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
Yeah, he did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has to. Ibaka goes in, and he gets it to go.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Now, here's Rubio. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
And Ricky Rubio, one of the youngest international basketball stars ever. We started hearing about him in the U.S. back when he was 16. And even then, powerful teams in Europe were all vying for his services.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Jordan. Mitch McGary comes in for Serge Ibaka. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And going back to Rubio, Clark, his natural instincts in every phase of the game, as Greg was just talking about, are really second to none. In 06, he led Spain to a championship, registering 3 triple-doubles and 1 quadruple-double. Wow.
And despite those gaudy numbers, you just never know with an international star if, in fact, his game will translate to the NBA. Rubio's game obviously has.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Billy Donovan for a moment. We talked about the challenges posed by a player like Ricky Rubio, such a tremendous passer and floor general. Coach said, we know he can make plays, but making shots is where he's been less effective. We need to focus on staying home and forcing him to beat us with his scoring. Guys, we'll see if they can limit his highlight reel dimes. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And that one's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Towns with the steal. Martin against Augustine. Puts it up. And he gets the jumper to drop. And that's now 6 points for Martin. Oklahoma City trailing. Augustine passes to McGarry. Augustine a screen on Garnett. Raiders against Martin. This is to Augustine. 6 to shoot. The three-pointer no good. Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. In the corner, it's Martin. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Thunder trailing by 3. Augustine dishes to Durant. Here's the screen. This one for 3. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
Yeah, Kevin, really the offense is flowing quite nicely right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Now Rubio, following Durant's three-point attempt, lets it fly, and it comes off the front of the rim. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. He feeds it to McGarry. Outside Durant. Raiders on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Three-pointer, Martin. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
And Kevin Durant, always in the gym, always working to improve. We asked him where that inspiration and passion originated. Year-by-year improvements until he became the best player in the league and won an MVP. Now, the challenge, Greg, is to get back to that level after the injuries. Obviously, I think we all feel it is possible for him.
And you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, he's definitely proven in terms of the talent, the skill, and athleticism. What we find out now after dealing with the adversity is, does he have the heart and drive and that competitive spirit to be considered still among the very best?
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Towns is out there with Gorgie Dang. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward position.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And Rubio kicks to Zhang. Good work defensively by Ibaka. In watching Serge Ibaka, the intimidation factor is fierce, Clark, and it's been that way ever since he entered the NBA.
That's his game, Kevin. He's not the most physical shot blocker in the league, but boy, his anticipation and timing off the charts.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. It's going to be Martin shooting. It's on Kevin Durant. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Now here is Augustine. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Westbrook, here we go. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Serge Ibaka.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Towns with it, defended by Ibaka. And he gets it to go. That's 7 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Exactly what they want right there. Continue to get good looks.
Durant sets a screen for Westbrook. Inside, Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Here's Martin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
We've seen Kevin Martin getting it done. He's got 14 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
And, you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Collison's out there. And both free throws good for Martin. Thunder trailing by 11.
Timeout. Start it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
One guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He said their plan was to run their offense through Collison. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Being in the position they're in, probably a smart move to go to the clipboard and switch things up while we're still in the first half. Kevin?
All right, Doris. Wiggins from outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Now here's Collison. 6 on the shot clock. Rubio against Westbrook. Collison, no good. Timberwolves leading by 12. Here's Towns. His last outing, 16 points for him. Rubio the pass to Martin. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Here's Dang. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Thunder trailing by 12. Westbrook with it. Guarded now by Rubio. Pass to Augustine. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Augustine's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Chang a screen. Towns dishes to Martin. Wiggins outside. Rubio outside. From deep. No good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City.
And the fact they still had a chance to win that game, I find to be somewhat amazing because it was clearly an off night for most of their guys.
Yet, despite that, it was close enough that they didn't need a perfect game from everybody. A hot hand or a bounce here or there might have gotten them over the hump.
Here's Westbrook following the score by Kevin Martin. Tipped away. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Kicks to Collison. A wide open look here for Ibaka. The Thunder with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 11. Very strong start to the career last year of Andrew Wiggins out of Kansas. Just 1 year with the Jayhawks. Came out strong early on, and Clarkie never slowed down.
Yeah, found his stride early and just kept strutting his stuff right to the tune of Rookie of the Year.
Well, Wiggins won the Roy last year, and really deservedly so. He was the early favorite to win it, led all rookies in scoring, and wasn't really close. Put up almost 17 points per game, and he shot the ball from the perimeter far better than most thought he would.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, for Wiggins, he was also the rookie leader in minutes played. He quickly became the go-to player for the Wolves, and no other rookie carried as much offensive responsibility as did Wiggins.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Garnett's checked in, and then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Jordan. Mitch McGary comes in for Serge Ibaka, and Dion Waiters subbed in for Augustine. Thunder trailing by 13. Now here's Waiters. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
Free throw good, Adams.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game.
Now here's Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And 11 points for Karl Anthony Towns. To the middle, here's McGary. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
Towns kicks to Garnett. Misses the layup.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Minnesota leading by 10. Rubio the pass to Towns. Off target from outside.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Thunder trailing by 8. The drive by Collison. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And Towns gets it to go.
He has gotten into a great rhythm here in this quarter, playing with just bundles of confidence.
1:11 left in the second quarter. And here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York.
And defensively, guys, he was just all over the place, forcing turnovers and applying terrific ball pressure.
Got that one up quick. And now it's a 10-point Minnesota lead. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Outside Collison. Right side Westbrook. Shot off the pick. Westbrook missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Now here's Garnett. His last outing, he had 8 points. Shot clock at 6. Wiggins kicks to Garnett. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. And he gets it to go. Rubio's got the lead up to 13 now for Minnesota.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's Westbrook again missing. Wiggins outside. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Timberwolves lead by 13. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. Some excellent work early from Kevin Martin. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Oklahoma City?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Really an incredible game from Kevin Martin.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Minnesota leading by 13. So for Oklahoma City right now, on the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. Ibaka is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Westbrook in at point guard. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And it's 7 points for Russell Westbrook.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch. And, guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
And for KG, the last 3 seasons have obviously been very, very tough. His injuries and declining athleticism have led to down numbers really across the board.
Yeah, I mean, his role now has transformed. He's more of a clubhouse leader, a mentor to the up-and-comers, an extra coach, if you will, in game and on the sideline.
So it's the Timberwolves now after Dion Waiters' miss. 13 feet away, and Garnett misses.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Westbrook. Jordan dishes to Ibaka. Outside for Durant. Waiters with the ball. And here's Westbrook from the arc, and it's good. Westbrook's got 10 points in the game.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Pekovic attacking. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him.
Well, I tell you what, Ricky Rubio has everything you want out of a player except one thing. He has to learn to shoot it better. Rubio can defend, he can pass, he can lead a team, but until he becomes a better shooter, I think he's going to short-circuit his potential.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And back to Ricky Rubio for a moment, who certainly is at the hub of what this team does averaging over 8 assists a game for his career through last season. If he can stay healthy, gain some weight, this is a guy to watch.
It really is. And listen, they're also built now for him because they got those great athletic wings. And if he can shoot it a little bit better, I mean, I think he's going to have more opportunities to spread the floor and drive and make plays. And for his first 4 seasons in the league, never hit over 38%. That's not going to get it done at the highest level.
Now here's Waiters. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Durant.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. He dishes it to Towns. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Towns has got 15 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Thunder trailing by 12. Outside Westbrook. Passes to Durant. Baseline jumper. Drained for 2 points. 15 points in the game.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And the dunk by Towns.
Put a little extra on that one, didn't he? Nice play by the fella.
Greg, I thought for a moment the defender was going to cut him down, but it didn't happen.
Wow.
You know, he didn't want to risk the and one. There was no way he was going to be denied on that stuff.
Ibaka goes in. Outside Jordan. Waiters gets a wide open look. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got his 5th rebound in this one.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Durant, the pass to Waiters. The dish to Westbrook. From the wing. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Towns. In the corner, it's Martin. Now the feed to Garnett. Money from the wing. Garnett's got 9.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
And Westbrook, here we go. That's good.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Timberwolves leading by 10. It's tipped. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Westbrook's got 11 in the second half. Minnesota's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Wiggins drives in. Hits the target from 18 feet. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
And that's going to be a treble. And now let's have a look at the teams that have had the quickest hands in the NBA during the past month. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
What a month they've had defensively. I mean, they've really gotten after it on that end of the floor.
Rubio against Westbrook. Wiggins left side. The pass to Towns. He kicks it to Rubio. Feeds it to Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
And Dion Waiters traded last season to the Thunder. They wanted him as a shooting and scoring threat off the bench. Didn't want him to try and fill the void that Harden played when he was a member of the team.
You know, Greg, for Waiters, it would be unfair for the Thunder to ask that of anybody. You know, that's tough to do. Clark, hard to make up what Harden had accomplished.
Yeah, and the Thunder even asked Waiters not to wear number 13 to avoid any comparisons, which I think was a smart move. But they still would like to have him provide some punch in terms of points off the bench.
Gorgie Dang's checked in for Minnesota. Miller comes in for Ricky Rubio. And both free throws good for Waiters.
And guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good, but when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
Thunder trailing by 11. There's a screen. Augustine with it, and it's Miller picking him up. And Augustine kicks to Durant. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ray, getting back to Waiters, there's a reason the Cavaliers dealt the former 4th overall pick in the draft. Not only did he shoot poorly, but Clark, he averaged less than 2 assists a game.
Yeah, I think it's a mindset adjustment with Waiters. I've loved his talent and his ability to make plays and shots. Now he just has to recalibrate his thinking so he can be effective in the role he's asked to play.
Dishes it to Jang. Miller outside. Here's Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. 19 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
They just can't miss. Everything they put up, it seems, goes in.
You know, sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. They are certainly the bugs tonight. Nothing going their way.
And I'm not even sure that I'd want to be the windshield.
No, maybe the windshield wiper.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Now here's Jang. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
For Oklahoma City, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
One shot. One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Towns, and it's Muhammad in for Andrew Wiggins. And so it's Minnesota with it. They led the game at 1 point by 20. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Miller outside. Here's Martin. Out to Miller. Here's the three. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Really left alone that time. And that's 18 points for Kevin Durant.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Minnesota leading by 17. Here's Miller. He has 6. He feeds it to Pekovic. Jang a screen. Pekovic dishes to Muhammad. 13 feet away. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
Martin out on the wing with Muhammad. Pekovic is out there with Bielitsa. And it's Levine in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Now here is Martin. And it's blocked by Jordan. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Adrian Payne's checked in for Minnesota. Here's Muhammad. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Timberwolves leading by 15. Pass to Payne. It's Martin on the wing. Muhammad, the pass to Pekovic. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Kicks to Martin. Clock at 4. Stolen by Waiters. The floater. And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Waiters. Waiters got his 8th assist here tonight.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's Levine. He dishes it to Muhammad. Passes to Levine. To the right side. Puts it up from 17. The Thunder pull it in.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Ibaka has the open look. Again, Oklahoma City. For Minnesota, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. Waiters against Martin. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement. I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And here now the Thunder. After the basket by Minnesota. Durant with it. Now defended by Muhammad. Some room here for Westbrook. Here's Jordan. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. And now Minnesota on the fast break. That one goes. Count it.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now, here's Westbrook. The dish to Durant. That 3 off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 14. And Zhang kicks to Pekovic. Pass to Levine. Deflects the pass. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. To the paint, here's Jones.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
Some changes for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Wiggins comes in for Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine. And so Jones nails both of them. Here's Westbrook. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Timberwolves leading by 15. Here's Towns, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Jang, and Miller's subbed in for Jones. And Towns drops them both.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too. Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Minnesota leading by 15. The feed to Miller. Kicks it out to Wiggins. The pass to Towns. It's stolen by Ibaka. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Waiters dishes to Ibaka. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Miller kicks to Garnett from about 16, and that's good off the glass that time. And the Timberwolves lead by 15.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan as he addressed his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me, show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Martin's checked in. Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened. I thought he slowed down a little and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career, and the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's Towns. Outside for Martin. Garnett, the screen. Here's Towns. Jordan with the rebound. Thunder have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth. 8 of 12. Westbrook with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Ibaka, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Thunder trailing by 15. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Outside Westbrook. Jordan the screen. Durant the pass to Westbrook. Clock at 6. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Durant's got his 3rd assist on the night. A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. Martin attacking. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Martin's got 20 points. Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Westbrook dishes to Durant. Had the space there, but it's offline.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Timberwolves.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And now, on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Towns. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds. And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
Well, Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
No good on the free throw.
And with Wiggins' game, he has a nice jumper for a player his age. As he grows in the league, he'll become more and more comfortable shooting from deep. He'll be nearly impossible to guard when he adds a consistent three-point shot.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. And the second free throw, good.
And, you know, with Wiggins, it just isn't all about his ability to score. Showed a real knack for making the unselfish play, too. Understands how to work as a unit to create shots and gets to the right spot on the floor. His potential is unlimited.
Now here's Garnett. Augustine with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Feeds to McGarry. Fires from 14. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And Minnesota has possession. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Wiggins right side. Garnett outside. Back to Rubio. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Now let's take this opportunity to check out our Jordan Player of the Game. For some guys, a double-double is a great night, but he makes it a regular occasion, and it's an occasion his teammates never get tired of seeing.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for it and delivering in some big, big plays and baskets. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.